so let's pause the music and minimize, please. Thank you. And put these windows there. They should be, because for some reason they got reordered again. Alright, paused you. There we go. Off to the Netherlands for the race. I did not warm up at all. Probably should, but checked audio levels, ran half a lap, and now we're good from there, right? That's how it works. It's quiet. And you guys should hear my AC a lot less because I finally figured out how to stop that from happening.
All right, I think we can call that a successful qualifying.
So let's just go over everything. So we have an engine upgrade coming in after Monaco. It's fine. We have a reliability upgrade coming in also after Monaco. And then after the Spanish Grand Prix, we had to have a weight redistribution upgrade. That will put us on par with the Renaults. I'm not sure in what aspect will be weak to them. Engine will be fine. Actually, we're more than fine on the engine. I wouldn't say we have a season, but I think we have till at least halfway through the season, till Renault catches up to us, the works team at least, depending on what they're focusing on. Biggest weakness is aerodynamics to Renault, and the chassis is a pretty big. Is it really just the engine? I think it's just the engine making us that close. See, that's why this screen is deceptive. You really got to pay attention. So, like in a straight line, we may be just that hair better than the Renault factory team. Let me move Rem away from the cable. Whereas, like in the corners and stuff, I think they're gonna get us pretty considerably because the McLaren, who's just that chunk ahead of us, is faster than us in the corners as it is, let alone the Renault like that. So they're gonna kill us in the corners, straight line. Yeah. So I think as of right now, our goal should still be beating AlphaTauri. Consistently in each race, it seems like we're fighting against the AlphaTauris if we push. Haas is our main season rival just because American team versus American team. I think it's funny. We're going to kick their ass. It's not even subtle. So it's going to come down to, I think, AlphaTauri at the end of the season is who we want to beat.
It was 35 years ago that the late great Niki Lauda took his 25th and final Grand Prix win here at Zandvoort. He came from 10th on the grid to beat his McLaren teammate Alain Prost by just 0.2 of a second. Well, Zandvoort is a very different circuit today, of course, but still one with an incredible legacy. And we're going to add to that. Welcome along to the 2020 Dutch Grand Prix. Zandvoort circuit then, 14 corners, 10 to the right and 4 to the left, with plenty of steep camber and elevation changes to keep our drivers on their toes throughout the 2.6-mile lap. And watch out for cars making use of the DRS zone into turn 1 to try and overtake. With me today, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Why don't
That
we
audio
start
quality
by
change.
talking about Valtteri Bottas? That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
Oop,
There
textures.
are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
Off the back of a fantastic
Alright, let's see if we got any
qualifying
grid
session,
penalties to
it's
help
time
us
to
out
see
here.
how our starting grid looks for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position and starting alongside him.
I think we made into Q3 actually. I think we're starting 10th. Oh, that's right, and it's like fucks up our race strategy, I think.
Max Verstappen and Perez, Ricciardo, Stroll, Falcon, and Lando Norris, Albon, Raikkonen, Daniel Kvyat.
So we're in a good spot for points because of that qualifying. Flip side, we're kind of fucked on our tires.
Antonio Giovinazzi, Ocon, Latifi, Russell, and Carlos Sainz will start from the back of
So
the
he
grid.
was, what, 12th?
It's almost time for those 5 red lights.
Alright, let me... Sorry, Jeff. My thing, I can't see, making sure you guys don't get frame drops. I don't care if I get frame drops. I care if you guys... Excuse me. Care if you guys do. Everything looks alright. make sure my settings haven't been changed by accident. That's all on medium. 60 frames. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at our race strategy. Softs to hards. So, I'm normally pretty quick on a two-stop, but this is almost a 10-second difference, and we're in 9th. Do we really want to risk doing the two-stop? I don't think we do. Problem is, I think the guys in the rear are gonna start on probably mediums and go to hards. Probably medium to hard. Or is everybody going to be on the soft to hard compound? Probably everybody's going to be on that, actually. So this may be the perfect race for us to honestly pull this off and stay in the points. I'm going to dial the fuel down just a hair. I know it's going to be rough on it, so actually, let's keep it there at 36.5 laps. 36 laps total. So let's actually bump it up to 37.3 on the higher end. So 53.7 kilos. I think that's where we'll go for this. Make sure everything's working. Wow, they barely held us on that one. Oh, and we got to jump on Ricciardo here. Use some ERS on the exit. Hold on, my headset is very loud in my ears. Oop, don't clip Perez on the exit. Go around here. Son of a bitch. I actually want to see what happened there. I stayed on the track. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay. Was I just not supposed to be there? Is that what that was supposed to be happening? That was stupid. Let's not get spun by Perez this time. He's still there. Ooh, a little wide. I definitely should have practiced. Shove him out just a hair. Keep the ERS on. I don't expect to stay here in 6th, honestly. Just because our car is not that good. I just had a good qualifying lap, surprisingly enough. It was our first appearance in Q3 and our first time being in the points on lap 1. It's going to take me some practice to get back in the groove of this track. I like this track too, but it's going to take me a hot second. That's what I get for doing the practice and not doing the race the next day. 3 days later after a holiday. Yeah, not a very good idea. So Stroll and Perez look like they're battling back there. We're going to be in a weird middle grounds while they're fighting, where we can't catch the cars ahead. You know, the obvious front runners are the Mercedes, the Red Bull, and the Ferrari. Vettel's in lead. But we're going to go faster than Stroll and Perez battling. So it's going to be interesting to see what we can do here. Let's use rich mix a little bit on the exit. Use a good chunk of our battery throughout that lap. Switch back to standard. It looks like we're faster than Leclerc in a straight. It could be the way we have our car set up. If I remember correctly, I went very light on the wing because of how the car felt. It felt fine during practice, so I went very light on the wing to get some more top-end speed. My goal here is to finish in the points. I'm not sure if Jack will be able to make up anything. He's, still a rookie. His stats aren't the best, but we're gonna work with him. Try and get him up here. Try and get him up here on the same skill level as I'm doing. But that's gonna take some time. Season or two. I'm not actually quite sure. I haven't stuck with any of my drivers for very long. Not by choice. My solo career, I had Hubert, and then dropped him for Grosjean, and Grosjean retired right after I got him, so I was a little upset about that. So then I went with Sainz, and then I haven't returned to my solo career since. I'm enjoying this one just because, I get to stream it again, which is always enjoyable. Use ERS on the exit again. Yeah, I think we have a better straight line than the Racing Point. And we're somehow keeping up with Leclerc. I think it's that final corner, and a lot of the straights that our car is a little bit faster. I swear the difficulty has not been changed. It's still sitting at 101 like it was the last race or two. Just that AI are weak at some tracks and strong at others. We got our ass kicked at Bahrain. Some of that was my own mistake of eating the ass of the Alpha, which I will never drop. 'Cause I feel so bad for that still. I ruined our race as a team for that, because of that. Ooh, easy.
Okay, we've got plenty of energy. Use the overtake button and have
So one thing I do like about the Mercedes engine here compared to the Honda or the Renault, which I've both used in my own previous career modes, the Mercedes is much more fuel efficient. This is my first time using the Mercedes engine in a career. Mercedes is much more fuel efficient, more power, and the battery is a lot better, which has been helping a lot. I lost DRS to Leclerc that lap.
really good. You're managing it well.
We're gonna hold on to the fuel in case we run our battery low. That way we have at least some engine power in our pocket. Even though it may not be a whole bunch, it'll be something compared to, you know, running no ERS and standard or lean revs or fuel mix. So we'll want to hang on to that. We're not losing Stroll and we're not catching Leclerc, so we're not in a great spot with that. But like I said, I hope to at least score points. I think one of our sponsor objectives is to finish in the top 10. I took that one just because I truly believe on those off weekends, you know, we'll be able to reach top 10 finishes, especially on tracks I'm good at. You know, Russia's a track I'm good at. Australia is normally a track I'm pretty good at, though this season opener was not great for me. US Grand Prix I'm pretty good at, stuff like that. So there's tracks out there that I'm good at that I feel like we can get that extra bonus. And their weekly income is about the same as some of the other ones, so I took that one just to have something I felt like it would be good for the team financially. So Stroll's going to pass us here in the next couple laps, guaranteed. And the problem I have is that, not expecting to get into Q3, I put 2 laps on. I put an out lap, and 2 flying laps, and an in lap on these tires instead of just 1. I was not anticipating getting into Q3, so I not ruined the tires, but I put an extra lap on the tires doing that. So, you know, not lack of grip, but I definitely not gonna have the same amount of grip that some of these guys are gonna have.
Our gap to the car in front is 1.9 seconds.
What if we go with this salt mine racing instead? Okay, so we gotta be careful of the cars behind. I wonder if we'll rebrand next season Salt Mine Racing. This season, like, I'll think about that. That actually was not a bad idea. Alright, so Stroll's most likely gonna get us on the straight. But what I'm gonna do is we have a good bit of battery. We're gonna use it on the exit.
Be aware we expect the grip levels to start falling away soon.
Yeah, what are our tires at actually? 32% left, 38% front left. Alright, so using the ERS on the exit there was good. There's enough hard braking zones in the Netherlands here to charge up your battery pretty efficiently. As I'm starting to realize, race pace wise, it's gonna work out as I fuck up real bad on that corner. That's a really bad time loss on that. I'll lose a lot of time to that. Stroll is up our booty now because of that. But let's stick to it. It's only lap 6. We can make it up. Won't be too bad. As long as I don't make fuck ups like that consistently, I think we'll be okay. Easy. But we've been doing the sponsor objective for, what is it, Atlantic pretty consistently. It's the 75 laps in a wheat race weekend. Complete 75. That's been pretty easy. We've been doing about 100 each wheat race weekend. Granted, Jack has not retired from any of the races so far. Knock on wood. I'm calling it right now. The second we're about to score a double points finish for the first time, he'll retire. Because that's how it's happened every career mode I've done. Especially with Grosjean. That was annoying. So for the time being, and then with Loop, I think we're on course to take that one too.
By 14.7 seconds.
Just rocket the car out of the corner. Is Leclerc slowing down? Or is it just tricky eyes? Tricky eyes, I think. I spun the tires a little bit coming out of the exit there. Definitely do not want to do that. So we'll just keep it up. see. I can definitely feel the tires are starting to come out from under me a little bit. Like I said, that was my fear. I wanted to take a little bit more wing out of the car, but my fear... Not paying attention. My fear was that we were going to lose some cornering speed, and the car was not going to handle properly when it came to worn tires, and we're definitely starting to see that a little bit. I may have been able to remove another wing, but I'd rather play it safe than sorry, especially if I have to do a long stint for whatever reason. I'd rather play it safe than sorry. We're going to throw it up in the rich and turn the ERS off this time. Save a little bit of the battery. I try to keep it above 50% if I'm not, like, chasing somebody, just so I have the battery to chase somebody. So we're losing Leclerc about 3/10 a lap, it looks like. So it looks... And we're keeping Stroll behind us, which I'm surprised about. Granted, there aren't a whole lot of overtaking opportunities around here. The track's a little on the narrow side, concerning for real life. But that straightaway with the embankment prior to is going to be fun. But that's where we're getting a lot of our advantage. Is we're getting a much better exit on that embankment than Stroll is. I need to ask Jeff on the next straightaway with the pit stop strategy is. Oh shit. Oh Jesus, Jeff, how? Whoa. I have never been good at this corner. The AI have always been better than me. That Stroll alongside me. Also wasn't paying attention again. Oh shit, I really fucked that up. They may get a double overtake on me here. Or I may get overtaken by Stroll and Perez if I'm not careful. Switch to Rich, Jesus.
Approaching the pit window, you'll be on the hards.
Brake a little later than Stroll, keep to the outside. Should give us a better exit, it does. He got a little loose there, it seems, so I may have given him a love tap. But we'll take it. Remember to switch fuel back to standard. Don't want to do that by accident. You know, burn all our fuel off. Would not be good. You know, some people run low fuel and, you know, run rich throughout the race and take a few laps to save fuel. I would rather run heavy and then have the fuel to burn if I need it. Someone fired up ahead, I think. Or behind. One of those two. We'll find out through Jeff here in a minute. Or through the banner. Not sure, whichever one comes first, to be honest. Oh, Ricardo's out of the race. Can I just have a safety car, not a VSC, please? I've had a VSC every race, but not not an actual safety car. It is frustrating. Yes, I'm aware. Actually. Whoa, whoa. Of course it is.
Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your pace until the green flag. VSC ending. Wait for green.
If that VSC would have lasted just a hair longer. I had my ERS on that whole time too. Fuck me. If I would have had, if that VSC was gonna last longer, I was actually gonna pit that lap. But it did not last long enough for that to happen. Plus side, Ricardo was ahead of us at the start of the race, so even if we shuffle a little bit backwards, or at least up a spot from where we started. My tires are not in a great spot. Front left is in the puncture window. We have to finish, we have to complete this lap and the next in order to get it there.
Be aware, there's an incident in the next part of the track. No overtaking through the yellow flags.
So we have to nurse this front left tire 2 laps. Well, 1.5 at this point. And it is wearing at an unholy rate. 62%. I'm pushing the tires really hard. That's why I always question whether or not I should do a 2-stop, or sometimes a 3-stop even. I did a 2-stop in Australia and it actually benefited us pretty nicely. It's just the way I drive. I've had this discussion with Penguin before, actually, that have how hard I am on the tires. At one point, there's like a 10% difference between us at one point in tire wear. It was insane. Alright, let's throw it up to Rich here quickly. Yeah, we have a much better straight line speed than the Racing Point does. Ooh, I knew I was going to do that at some point during the race. I remember mentioning that during practice. So one of the Racing Points is going to be able to pit, and they may pit this lap, and then the other one is not. So let's tell Jeff that we're coming in this lap. And just pray we don't get a puncture in the process. I don't think we will. I don't remember if it's on simulation or full damage. If it's on simulation, we're in the puncture window. If it's on full, I think the 80 percentile is puncture window, if I remember. Which we're also quickly approaching. I'm not a huge fan of the hards, but they'll have to do. It's better than two-stopping, I think. Though this track is very windy, a two-stop wouldn't be too bad of an idea. But let's go with Jeff's recommendation, or the team's recommendation. At this point, swing out wide. Keep Stroll from coming up next to us. Turn off ERS. We don't need it going into the pits here. No, neither of the Racing Points came in with me. So it's just me, and I guarantee you some of it has to do with the fact I put an extra lap on those tires. Alright, let's go. We're going to switch up to Rich for a lap if the engine can handle it. Ease it out of the corner. Don't want to hit any of the walls. It's a very tight pit exit. Gun it on the exit. We got pretty clear air. Why is Aiken in 17th? Jesus fuck. Who's behind me? There's McLaren's behind me. Excuse me? Alright, let's do ERS here on this windy bit. Turn off there, because I want to be able to use a lot of it for the start-finish straight. And then a second DRS zone is where I'd like to use those primarily. But we're going to push the car on this out lap on fresh tires, because I know the Racing Points have to be hurting on those softs. Granted, we're on hard, so I'm not sure what the pace difference is going to be. Ocon's down here in 14th too. Jesus. So, oh my god, Aiken, please. Patience. Patience with the rookie. We're a new team too. Patience with the rookie. I feel like Aiken feels like Schumacher and Mazepin right now. Shitty car and, you know, shitty car and probably has some talent to him too. Alright, using ERS on the, I wouldn't say the entire straight, but a good chunk of it. Alright, we got around Perez, it looks like. Pretty considerably, actually. Jesus, really? That far ahead? Jesus, he's only now exiting the pit. So that undercut really actually helped us out and went in our favor. I'll take it. Now, in reality, one of the Racing Points probably would have pit with me. And the other one would have stayed out. That way, at least one of them could have jumped me. Or kept up with me. However you want that to work.
Pretty much burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait.
There's Magnussen here. Kvyat's on the medium. So some of the midfield runners started on sauce still. So that means they're only going to be able to get like a lap or two more out of them. Oh, I gotta fix my glasses. Hold on. So our car is much faster than the Haas, at least.
The gap to the car behind is 2.7.
Gotta watch that curve. I can throw the car over if I'm not careful. Alright, I'm gonna switch this back to standard. I accidentally ran 2 laps on Rich. So burned a good chunk of our excess fuel. Use the ERS on the exit. Holy speed. He's going into the pits. That'll do it. So that helps us out a little bit. Where is Stroll? There is Stroll. Gotta be careful here. So we're ahead of Stroll as well. Not as big of a gap as there was to Perez, but there's still a considerable gap between us and Stroll. If I can catch Kvyat here, we can get some DRS, see if we can help us pull us along. Stroll will not have DRS on the flip side, so that'll help us out. Whoa, not paying attention, looking at the leaderboard. Best personal first sector. Alright, I think we're just going to be just shy of not getting DRS here, yep. The AlphaTauri definitely does get a better launch out of corners than we do. It's always been that way since the start of the season. So I don't see why it would change anytime soon. Use a burst of ERS here just to see if we can close up the gap just a hair to Kvyat here. See if we can get DRS off of him. Yes, we can. Use a burst of ERS again. We're a little bit lower than I would like. But I'm trying to pull that gap away from Stroll while we have Kvyat ahead of us. Now he's on the mediums. They should be a Warn set.
Kvyat is ahead of you. Our gap to the car in front is 0.8 seconds. They're on old mediums.
A little
Their
wide.
tyres are 14 laps old.
Yeah.
We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1 minute 1.2 seconds advantage per lap.
Now, I'm not actually sure what his pit strategy would be. Is it soft to medium? Is it medium to hard? Based on, let's see, we went, what? Like 12 laps? 8 laps? Something like that? 10 laps? I'm not, maybe he can do, I'm not sure what his plan is, to be honest. So, Stroll is catching us from behind. Unfortunate. I've also been fucking up. I should be trying to get Ask Kvyat at this point. The Alpha Tauri is our rival for the season, so they're not, like, our genuine rival for the season. So they're gonna be, at the moment, I believe they were faster than us, if I remember. Use ERS in the exit, DRS. Leclerc's in the pits. He just exited, actually.
Manage your tires.
So he just came out of the pits. So we did not pass Leclerc, but Leclerc is also pretty far ahead of us by the time the first round of pit stops came around. He also stopped on mediums, so, and he went to hards this lap. So Kvyat should be coming in within the next lap or two for a set of hards, I assume. So I don't think the sauce would make it the 20 laps that are needed at this point. I can definitely feel that. Ooh, whoop, hit the curbing there. Speaking of dirty air. Ooh, easy. I'm pushing the car a little too hard. I can feel the rear end giving out just a hair in some of the corners here. I'm trying to have Kvyat pull me up. Pull me along at least, while I save some of the battery for when Stroll gets back up here. We're gonna need it. Look, the inside there. Yep, there he goes. Now he's pitting. So we have open air, and we have anyone else pitting? No. Everyone ahead of us has pit then. Stroll. Okay, so there's Stroll, Perez, and I assume that's Albon behind them, which would be 7, 8, and 9. And then one of the Haas's in 10th, I believe. Oh shit, is Jack? Did Jack pit yet? He is not. But he started on the hards. Ooh, what am I kicking? What did I kick? Oh, it's a power thing for... for my widescreen. So Jack hasn't pit yet. Neither has Sainz. Wow, the McLarens are really not doing well this race. Neither of the Renaults. Grosjean there in 11th. Provisional 10th, basically. So it looks like the lowest at this point we could finish is 9th, to be honest. Unless I really screw up. I think 9th is going to be our worst finish. So I think we're on for points no matter what. I like to maximize said points, that being said. There's no point in...
From the engine is going to be down slightly. It's showing some minor wear.
That is not what I wanted to hear, Jeff. Not this early in the race. When we hit a straight, I'll go look at my engine wear. I know our race engine has a good amount of laps on it. I have not... Sorry, itchy. Our race engine has not been changed out since the start. The ICE is at 50%, energy stores at 50, so we'll start... Yep, you can see the white bar on the battery right underneath the overtake button there. Or right underneath the lightning bolt, or above the lightning bolt, sorry. You can see the little white line. We're starting to lose some of our battery power. Gearbox is at 51%, so we may start seeing some faults there. That's got another race or two on it to go, which is unpleasant. MGUH is at 44, MGUK and turbocharger at 47%. So those will go the rest of the possibly at least the rest of the race before they hit 50%. But that I think will make them officially our practice engine. This engine we're using right now I think will become our practice engine, and our practice engine will become our race engine for the time being. And I'm gonna have to start looking at doing some more reliability upgrades, I believe. Because we're not even that far into the season, and this engine has just seen races, has not seen practice, seen practice during qualifying in the race. So this is going to be very rough for the car. Grid penalty, it's going to be very rough for grid penalties during the race. How was that? We're about halfway through the race now. So I anticipate was it Turbo and MGUH, I think, to hit 50% by the end of this race. Even before, to be honest with you. Hamilton with a 1:12.9. That's a literal second faster than our car is going currently. So battery's capped out at 99%.
We need to push.
That's what I'm doing right now, Jeff. So I'm using some of the ERS. Burn up some of the battery a little bit if I can. Take it easy going into the corners. At this point, I just want to bring the car home. If Stroll and Perez overtake me later in the race, that's fine. We just don't want to throw away a points finish for the team, because that could be huge. With AlphaTauri not being in the points right now. Kvyat's in the points. But with Gasly not being in the points, and Haas not being in the points, I don't think they are. No, Grosjean's in the points, so AlphaTauri is not in the points. But they're fighting for the points, I believe, with Grosjean. Those are two championship rivals right now. If both of them finish outside the points, that'd be big for the constructors. As for the drivers, both AlphaTauri drivers are ahead of me, I believe, just because of better finishes throughout the race. The last few races, they have a much more consistent points finishing car than I do. This is one of those, our car only suits certain tracks kind of car. I'm not going to be able to get that second back from Perez here. Or Stroll, I'm sorry. So I'm just going to have to make the most out of it that I can. That, I believe, is Albon behind Perez. It's that corner that I open up a big enough of a gap to Stroll that keeps me going the rest of the racetrack, or rest of the track. He's come close to me a couple times when I fuck up corners by not paying attention. But I think, like I said, as long as we put together good lap, Bottas fell down to 5th. Jesus, I thought he was on pole. Where's the Hamilton? I think Vettel's leading right now, though. Unless he has a problem. I will ask right now.
Bottas is ahead of you. The gap to the car ahead is 10.4 seconds. They're on fresh hards. Their tyres are 2 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:13.7. We're dropping back by around 0.4 a lap.
Alright, so he just stopped. Is that like a unscheduled stop for Bottas? No. Interesting. And both Mercedes went mediums to hards. Leclerc went medium hard. Vettel went soft hard. I wonder what the gap is between the two of them.
Our gap to the car in front is 11.0 seconds.
Can't wait for 2021 to come out. Alright, Stroll is actually, I think he's farther behind than he was last lap. Use the ERS on the exit like normal. Should give us one hell of a boost going out. Yeah, we're getting a lot of now he may start closing in on us just because he has DRS. But this is why I don't use the battery until that straight on this track. Because that exit, the AI don't tend to use ERS in the exit. Because if you're not careful on certain, there goes Aiken. If you're not careful, you can actually spin the car through that section, through that embankment. I've done that numerous times. I actually did it in a rain race, rain qualifying with Penguin. I using it on the exit, not anticipating it to give out, slammed the wall, and actually ruined both of our qualifying by puncturing his tire. So, and I've almost done it a couple times in dry races with worn tires. It's a lot easier than it sounds. It's on a straightaway. It's a lot easier than it seems to lose the rear end going through that embankment on this track. Ooh, easy, don't touch the curbing. Alright, Searle's close to this lap. It was 8/10, now it's 5. So careful around the corner. Hit the ERS on the exit. Just keep it going. I take a different line than what's recommended just because I feel like cutting it in like that is a little bit faster. I could be wrong. But that's how I do it. It's, you know, that's how I feel that corner should be taken. Yeah, we got a good gap going on that straight front stretch, but we burned a lot of battery that time, trying to open up that gap again. Down to 50%, give or take. It does seem like the Racing Points are having a tough time catching me though. Not when I do that though. This corner up here, I know they're making a bunch of time. I've always been slow to the AI in this corner. I don't know what it is. I don't know, some of it's probably the curbing, because I can't touch it. If I touch the curbing, I spin the car. Hey Siri, turn on the command bridge. You can tell me it's not responding. There it is. Hey Siri, turn on the command bridge. Yeah, there it goes. Guess it was responding. Yeah, we have these little crappy Wii plugs in our around our house. Cannot recommend the small ones. I can somewhat recommend the bigger ones. The small ones disconnect constantly from everything. You get to unplug them and plug them back in at least once every other day. And when you're walking into the house where there's no light switch for the living room light, and she says the living room is not responding, you have to go, shuffle your damn way through the dark ass living room. It's a pain in the ass. The big ones are fine. We have crystals, snakes, and 2 over lizard. I think 2 on timers with program timers with those with the big Wemo plugs, and they work fine. It's the small ones that are pieces of shit. This is why I probably will never get sponsorship, because I shit talk to people I want to. Hey, unless Codemasters or Red Bull wants to sponsor me, I'll talk that shit up all day. I saw one guy the other day who's sponsored by AT&T. He's just a streamer. Or a YouTuber, I guess, and a streamer, I think. And he's sponsored by fucking AT&T. It's weird. I wouldn't get sponsored by them either. I have a list of companies I would never work for. Comcast is one of those. AT&T is another. Most I'm allowed to shit talk them. Yeah, no thanks. And I have a list of companies I would love to sponsor. I mean, shit, I'm wearing a Williams shirt right now. I wear F1 apparel pretty much everywhere I go. My last job, I was allowed to wear whatever polo I wanted. And I'm like, any polo. They're like, yeah. I'm like, does it have to be a plain polo? They're like, no. I'm like, cool. So I wore F1 polos every day to work. It was awesome. I loved it. I actually found a Formula 1 fan in another department that way, actually. He came up to me, he's like, hey, what's up with all the Formula 1 stuff? I'm like, I like the sport. He's like, oh, cool. He's like, I haven't watched in years, but, he had me catch him up. What's going on, all that fun stuff. Hamilton fan, apparently. Not a fan of Hamilton, I'm just tired of him winning. It's nothing personal in that one. I just want him to stop winning, please. Literally anybody else. I'd rather Mazepin win right now, and that's a stretch. That's actually a pretty big stretch. I think I'd rather have Hamilton. I think Mazepin winning would be not paying attention. I think Mazepin winning would just inflate his ego too much, especially his dad's. So that would be fun. Yeah, hitting that gravel really fucked me over. Just ease it through the corners. Am I actually streaming? Yeah. Ease it on through. I really like this track. It's a lot of fun. I like the winds and the dips and the embankments and stuff. It's just so satisfying to run. It may not be the best racing track, but it's a lot of fun to run. What I'm not looking forward to is the next 2 races. I am bad at Spain, hands down, and because I'm on a controller, Monaco sucks. Nothing against Monaco. I actually like driving it. It is not a good racetrack to me. Especially in real life, it's just, the races are so fucking boring, to be honest with you. Unless somebody DNS, nothing changes. Or you get Ricardo's luck where they fuck up your pit stop and throw away your win. There's really no overtaking or passing. It's like, oh, you qualified first? You qualified on pole? Cool, here's your trophy for the win. You don't even have to finish the race. Here's your winner's trophy. Merry Christmas. Unless you smack a wall, then we'll take it back.
The car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap.
I'm surprised how much trouble the racing points are having catching me right now. And most of it just comes down to these straights. I think taking the wing out of the car was a good idea. Yeah, after that one aero upgraded, it made a huge difference on the car, and I felt it. And it feels much better now. The car still feels planted, even a little slidey, but the car still feels planted.
The car in front is 15.9 seconds.
Yeah, we're not catching the people ahead. But 6th place would be our best finish for the team so far. I don't think that'll be bested anytime soon, to be honest with you. But yeah, so there's only 3 cars behind me. So if I were to drop down, like fuck up 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah, 9th. I'm too busy looking at the map rather than what's on track. Yeah, the gap to Grosjean, I assume that is massive. Absolutely massive. I'm trying to see where Jack is. I can have to look in the straight here. He is in Narnia. He hasn't had the best finishes yet this season, but that being said, you know, he's, again, rookie. Yeah, we got 2 personal bests in a row. I'll take it. Now, if I really wanted to, granted, I would only do this if I felt like the racing points were actually catching us regularly, you know, quickly. I could stop for softs near the end and see if I could get fastest lap. But it would drop me from 6th to 9th at the moment, at least. And I do not want to do that. I'd rather take the 6th place finish than the fastest lap. Fastest lap would look good on paper, but finishing higher in the Constructors and Drivers' Championship would be good. Because this midfield is going to be close. So it looks like Stroll and Perez are squabbling back there, so it's allowing me to open up a little bit of a gap here. I'm going to continue using ERS on the exit of the corner, just to keep a little bit of a gap to them. Make sure they don't get the ERS even longer than I can help it. Yeah, that little squabble with his teammate was not good. That's a team order situation. I think if Perez is being held up by Stroll, I can completely understand team orders in that situation. I just hate team orders when they come around. It's like Bottas, you know, Valtteri's James. I need you to give Hamilton the lead for the championship. That was bullshit. No, give Bottas the win. Don't be a bitch. I think Bottas gets more heat than he should. He's definitely not the fastest person out there. You know, he's not Hamilton. He's not Vettel. He's not Ricciardo. You know, stuff like that. But he's not a bad driver. I think he gets more hate than he should. You know, he listens to the team when need be and shit like that. Except for this year, apparently, where he's just like, nah, fuck you, Hamilton. Not making it easy for you. That was funny. So, the more I think about it, the more I realize I think that fastest lap thing isn't even physically possible.
18.9 seconds.
Because that was a 1:12.5, and our fastest was a 1:13.8. That, like, maybe we could get away with it on sauce, but I doubt it. Oop, hold on, I gotta look at this. Clicky. Alright, away we go. Yeah, so it looks like we're opening up more of a gap to Stroll. Check our tires, 50%. I should have been looking at... Okay, so 50% at the end of lap... or beginning of lap 29, so we'll keep an eye on that. I already saw it go up to 51, so it's gonna be entirely representative. But this is gonna be a good finish, I think. I don't think this is a strong AI track, to be honest with you. It is a strong player track. That, or I'm just good at the track. One of those two things. It's always hard to tell. Easy does it into the corner. Don't spin the tires like I just did. I like this track also for the battery, because you can be very aggressive on your ERS deployment, because it's just how many hard braking zones there are. It allows it allows you to charge your battery up a little bit faster. I thought it was in the house. It's a bird. Ooh, easy. I'm trying to make sure the stream's not dying. Doesn't look like it.
Gap to teammate behind is 33.9 seconds.
Jesus, Jack is half a lap behind me. Maybe I should turn it down, the difficulty up. It's insane that we're pulling that far away from Stroll and Perez. Like, they have to be fighting back there. Yeah, they are. That's what they're doing. They're squabbling between each other back there. So they're ruining their chances to catch me. And probably screwing Albon's race in the process. So I'm going to take the time to charge up my batteries again. Gotta remember to look at my tires in this lap here. Probably on the final stretch I'll look. Let's look at our engine in the process. So the MGUK and the turbocharger haven't changed since I last looked. So we'll look at our tires here once we get out of the embankment. Here's a squirt of ERS. Wow, they caught fast. So let's look at our tires. So about 6% on that front left. That front left is the one that's like absolutely dying currently. It's gotta get 5 more laps out of it. And it went up 5. Did it go up 5%? I just realized on that. Oh no, was that 2 laps? It was 31 now. I think that was 29 when I looked, wasn't it? Did I go that many laps without realizing it? Jesus. So we just gotta pray it makes it, because it's definitely being stressed out compared to the other tire, the other tires. I'm trying to take it a little bit easier on the tires here. Not entirely easy, that being said. Alright, Stroll's within a second of me now. Just gotta keep it there while we go through the DRS detection zone, if I can. Use the DRS on the exit there just to get a score to speed over Stroll. Oop, yellow flag.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Watch the safety car come out right as I pass the line.
Clear.
Oh, who was that? Oh, Stroll DNF'd. Oh, that's, again, directly benefits us here. That being said, though, I think Perez may be faster. So we may be even more fucked. I think that's where we're putting a lot of my load into the tire, is there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to really hope that I don't get a puncture on the front left. It may even be worth stopping and saying, fuck it, go to set of softs. I finish, what, 7th, 8th at this point? Because of that? Where would I stop? Or where would I come out? 8th, yeah, so... God, there's such a huge gap. It may be worth stopping and not risking it. Throw away the best finish we have at the same time. I don't know if the tires are going to make it. Six, 5, 4 laps.
Caution. 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 Yellow flags ahead. No overtaking through the caution
The longer we
zone.
go, the worse the
Careful,
decision
it's easy
becomes. So just keep an eye on this. So we're at 61% when we came into the first corner. We're up to 62 now. That was a very quick change. So on the exit, we're at 62. We'll go with that. Perez is up our booty. Yeah, he's a lot faster than Stroll. I think the two of them were holding each other up a lot. $63. Wish there were people watching so I could get an opinion. Odds of finishing ahead of Albon are pretty good with the speed he's been carrying.
Okay, gap ahead is 24.3 seconds.
My strategy there may have just fucked up. My goal was to just stay behind him to have DRS. So what was that, 62? So like 2% a lap, right? Is that what that was?
You're losing 2 seconds a lap to the car behind. 2 seconds.
Ooh, I'm hitting the curbing way too much. That was the problem on that the corner where I nearly lost Perez, and then that one. I think the tires should be able to hold together. I'm hoping.
There's 3 laps.
Isn't there a tire status? Yep. Alright, thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Jeff. I love when he doesn't say anything. It's like, it's like, thanks. I needed information from you, but you know, fuck me apparently. Try one more time. Nope. All right, box this lap.
At the end of this lap.
Oh, we only have a used set of sauce. Fuck me. So I guess we'll go to mediums. Yeah, there's a huge gap between us and Grosjean. And where the fuck Jack's at.
Complete, go now.
Oh, 1.9. Go team. So yeah, we lost position. We were gonna lose position to Albon anyways if we weren't careful. Or yeah, either way. So figured rather than risking a puncture, go in for the mediums and call it a day. Honestly, it's a shame. We're gonna finish 8th. I still think that's our best finish. Still gives a good, good helping of points there for us. Ricardo and Stroll DNFing definitely helped us out. Otherwise, we'd be in what 10th, I think.
Let's use overtake and burn some of this energy.
Oh, Jeff, now you want to talk, huh? I would have to catch so much time in 2 laps, too. Maybe I should have done this sooner. Because I would have done this sooner, there would have been a bigger gap. And not only a bigger gap, but I would have been on fresher tires. Fuck me, man. I wouldn't second guess myself. But, who could have known? Hindsight's, what, 2020? Something like that? I think some of that came from me fucking up, too. So there's nothing really I could do about that. Final lap.
This is your final lap of the race.
Hamilton there for the win. I guess he stayed ahead, he stayed ahead of Vettel, I guess.
Gap to car in front is 13.1 seconds.
Yeah, the plus side in my solo career when I had Grosjean was, his experience level was so stupidly high. So I got a lot of resource points from him, so the car upgraded very quickly. Wow, second faster this lap than my personal best. Not doing that, it won't be though. Oh, 112 and a half or something like that to beat Hamilton. There's no fucking way. I got purple sector 3 though. Maybe we pull it out of the bag last second.
Take care of the car on the way in.
Maybe we got that extra point fastest lap? Question mark? I doubt it. Oh, it's hot. So should we, what, Hamilton, Vettel, Verstappen?
So after a magnificent race, we can now
Yep.
see the
Oh,
drivers
Verstappen.
making their way to the podium.
And Bottas.
Once
So
again,
where'd
it's the
Vettel
Silver
go?
Arrows who take top spots.
Huh.
A well-earned victory for Mercedes.
Did we get fastest lap last second? That is my big question.
Now let's take a look at the driver's standings.
No.
This result
Wow,
shows the gap
111.8.
between our championship leader and the rest of the
We
standings.
would have had to
Let's focus on the
fly.
driving Anthony Davidson,
What is that?
who do you
8,
pick?
9,
It's got to
10?
be Lewis Hamilton.
Like
I mean,
4
he pulled off some
tenths
impressive
faster?
stints out on the track
Jesus.
today, even by his standards. All respect to the fans' choice.
So we didn't
Brilliant
change it all
driving.
in
But I just
the...
feel that
How
Mike
many
had
points
a
did we
little
gain? I
more
always
on their
forget.
plate, so their ability to keep a cool
We
head
gained
and
4.
come through for such a strong finish
The
was
Alpha
impressive.
Tauris both
At
finished
least in
just
my
outside the
opinion.
points.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend
Jack
their
went
lead,
from 17th,
while
16th.
Renault move up the table with
Okay.
another strong performance this weekend.
Um,
Equal parts exhausted and elated with this
we moved up in
weekend
the
of
constructors,
Formula
though.
One.
We're passing
Be
Alpha
sure to
Tauri.
join us for the
I don't know
next
how
one.
Renault went up. They didn't score any points. Oh, yes, they did. No, they didn't. Wait. No, they didn't. How they... How did they move up in the constructors when they didn't score any points? And now they did McLaren, for that matter. How does that work? I'm actually really confused how that works. Well, let's look at the highlights. I always like doing these, taking screenshots specifically. They make good wallpapers. I'd probably do photo mode, but that also requires me to learn how to do that. Man, that does not look good on your guys' end. Yeah, so I guess we'll stop that. That doesn't look good on your guys' end. Let's see how loud this is. Not too loud, actually. Alright, so we're basically kicking Magnussen's ass in the rivalry here. This should boost the team's acclaim up to 6, unless it's gonna... Yep, there it goes. Cool. I thought I saw a little gray box. I've had that happen where it just sits like a hair away. Beat both of our sponsorship objectives with the laps, and when did I damage the car? I think during practice I damaged the car. But we beat both the sponsor objectives, so that's good. Ugh. Alright, so activities. We're working purely on Jack this whole time when it comes to facilities. When we go to corporate? 21 days at 77. I'm actually confused why they had me come over here. 63 days for Jack, 2 million. Let's look at the driver market and see if there's anyone better we can get for the same price. That's Jack right now. We could get Latifi. How better? The overall stats are not better, or are better by 1. Experience is higher, so we would get more resource points. Race is higher. Awareness is higher. Pace is less. So I don't think it'd be worth taking Latifi. There's Hubert. So experience with Jack, we have 36. I think he has the best we're getting for the price. That's who we just looked at. There's another one. Delatraz. Yeah, so that's the best we're getting for the price. So we'll hang on to him. I had Sainz last time in my Lotus career. His arms are like freaking out in the thing. Finances. So change team name. So we're gonna do GB Salt Racing. We'll go with that. So it's gonna look. Yep. Okay. Team colors. I like where that pink's sitting, but I'm gonna look quick. Do we go to white and then change this one to pink? Darken that a bit. Let's actually go more toward the red. That doesn't look bad. We appear as white on the thing, though. So, well, we get a good idea how the race suits will look if I go in here at least. That's not bad, actually. Not sure if I want to stick with it, though. Oh, that's interesting to say the least. Yeah, I think we're going to go back to our primary color being pink. And this one being gray, right, was the color? Yes. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the liveries. See if we can any cars we want to change. So these are all the defaults. I think that you can't change. There's a lot of colors here, but you really can't do much with them. Do that black. Actually, I think I was fucking with this one already. Discard. I think I'm quite content with this one, the one we have now. This one's not bad. I think this will be like a special, like, one-off livery Monaco kind of thing, maybe. Give this a shot. Let's see how this looks. So I think this would be the pink, right? That's not bad. Okay. I like what I'm seeing so far. Oop, wrong direction on the wrong dial. Wait, wrong direction on the wrong dial again. Whoops. To make that gray, what would we do with this? Try white? Or do we make this gray and make this one white? It's not bad. I don't like it being up on top of the nose cone like that, though. Do we add some more pink to the car then, I wonder? Really, really, really wish you could copy colors. Like color palette kind of thing. I actually kind of like that pink better, too. That's the shitty part. Oh, there's a huge difference in the angle thing. So 212, 214, 14, 240, 115. They're the same color and they're still offset. What the fuck? Okay. That's actually not bad. So we'll accept it and keep it, but we're not going to use it, I think, is what we're going to do with that. That actually may not look bad. I'm only trying to pick things with like 2 or 3 colors. Like this just worked out because of the white scribbles all over it. The lines, whatever you want to call them. That actually has a nice Aston Martin look to it. You won't have to change much on that. Let's try this one. It's not bad, actually. A little too simple, though, I think, for the team. Yeah, so we'll stick with the one we have now. Sponsor decals are fine. Driver suits are fine. Really wish I could find a better audio name. Now it's getting a little chilly here.
Herbert.
Herbert, yes, because that's what I want to choose.
Jensen. Johansson. King. Knight.
Go with that, I think, for now. Definitely not Mr. Monaco. I am anything but Mr. Monaco. I had Rainmaster for a while.
The rookie. Schumacher.
I love how some of these are like have a different audio quality.
Stewart. Taylor. The professor. The scientist.
I think I did the engineer at one point for a while. Stick with car number 15. Do I do a new helmet, or do I just keep this one? See, I haven't been able to find a good helmet for the team. Let's try this one. Make that black. Okay, that's that color. That's this one. Alright, you know, discard. That may not look bad. That's screams Merca. Not a fan of that. I don't think I would really need to change much on this one, to be honest with you. You know what? I'm gonna go with my own personal colors instead of the team colors. Try this one. So that's the outside, right? Black. Yep. And then we. That's not bad. What does this change? Does it literally change anything? Oh, the smallest white line. That's eye vomit. Riding this for a while on my Lotus one. Could run the Schumacher helmet. That's way too bright a red. Jesus, my eyeballs. Is there really just an Italian flag you can't get rid of on that? What the fuck? Some of these helmets could be so good, and then they just throw it all away. It's not bad. That's not bad. I kinda wanna go with this. What if I just change the pink to red? Alright. Okay, I'm liking it. And take this all over here to get that gray color back. I like this, actually. Yeah, I like this. We'll go with this one. I like the gloves too much to get rid of. That'd be cool. Hi, Prince. You being a whiny asshole again? This cat is the whiniest asshole I've ever met in my life. He will just come up to the bedroom in the middle of the night and meow his head off until you wake up and pat the bed for him to come for pets. Aren't you a little shit, huh? Aren't you a little shit? So the only plus side to Spain and Monaco being back-to-back is, yes, we get a really poor set of finishes. But we do get... So I think our race engine is going to become our practice engine, and they're just basically going to swap. Oh, we just got to do one more race. The plus side to them being back-to-back is that we get 2 races where we can take some engine components and take the penalty because we suck balls. And by we, I mean I suck balls at Monaco and Spain. Do we upgrade this for Jack? I feel like we should. I feel like I should upgrade this, honestly. It's either that or I can upgrade the durability department. Speed of upgrades would be good, especially how the... Ooh, both of these are pretty good. Improve build time or failure chance. I think I'm gonna go long term with failure chance. I'm gonna build that. Yeah, so his pace is up. That's good. Not looking forward to Spain particularly. Not particularly looking forward to this. Fuck it. It's today anyways, Tuesday? Yeah. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it there for tonight. Just for the sake of my sanity. My throat is also very much hurting. Thanks for anyone who was here and stopped by. Any lurkers, shit like that.